adding a variable is really easy. Go to the variable blocks, select variables, and then you can either use one of the pre-made ones or add a variable. I'm going to call mine points, and it's for all sprites, or for this sprite only. I can choose for now, I'll keep it as that. Click OK. So I've now got a variable called points that's appeared and has been ticked off there, so it pops up here as well. So now I can start coding with it because I can use these blocks. So I'm going to have change my variable to 1. Now I don't want my variable. The variable I'm interested in is called points, so I'd use the drop down. I have points. So now all I need to do is find something that will happen to change that value. So if I go over to control or events, I could have every time the spacebar is pressed, it'll change the variable by 1. Or I could change it to every time the sprite is clicked, I'll change the points by 1. So here we go. I go over to here, I click on my sprite, and the points has gone up by 1. I could have it every time that the spacebar is clicked, the points go up by 1. So I'm not clicking the sprite, hammering spacebar, points going up by 1. So that is how to add a variable. I also need to add myself in a control that will set it back to 0. So I'm going to quickly take a green flag. That's not something I'll normally use. I'll go variables, and I'll look in here. There is set my variable to 0. So it's not change by value, it's setting it to 0. So I could set it to 0. I don't want my variable, I want points. So now I can hammer away in space. That increases, but the minute I click the green flag, it sets it back to 0. So that is how I program a variable.